The Oni are back.
The breach on the floor is pretty unstable.
I have someone who has a special talent for these kinds of things. We call him the Alpha.
Right, like a dog.
No, like a wolf.
Coach!
I feel you could play tomorrow night. You're my son, but you've got to be willing to learn.
Cancel my 2 o'clock and hold all my calls. Are you gonna be in a meeting? Yeah, kind of. She's here.
I didn't see it.
That's a nice shot.
You're seeing Allison, too. I got a feeling the answers are in Beacon Hills.
I haven't been back in a long time.
She looks exactly the same.
She's really Allison.
Who are you?
It's me, it's Scott.
Scott who?
So she's lost her memory.
Whatever is out there right now, it's not Allison.
Yeah, it can't be.
We need everyone.
There's more going on, and I think it's all connected.
The Nikitsune
Everyone's
has come
back.
to play a new game.
The Nikitsune.
You have to find her and stop her and help her remember who she was.
Time to hunt. I want you to watch your friends die.
It's like he's knocking pieces off the board. So how can we put me back on it?
The game is mine.
I'm still standing! I'm still the Alpha!
Yeah, he is.
Tell me, what sound does a wolf make when it's going to die?
See, it's still not clear who or what brought back Allison. Now, I know a lot of people are skeptical because there are 2 different scenarios you could think of. Either one, it's a multiverse and she's like comes from a different universe and she's a different Allison, or the Void, also known as Nikitsune, has brought her corpse back and is basically being a puppeteer and controlling her body, which is really messed up, which would be quite interesting. It'll be a very interesting way of bringing her back. But if you don't remember, season 3 of Teen Wolf was one of the best ones with the Nikitsune, the Oni, and it was a great storyline that brought a new version of Styles, played by Dylan O'Brien, of a darker and more angrier version of himself, who was basically controlled by the Nikitsune, and it's this type of evil force that causes havoc upon everything. If you want to know the backstory behind it, back in World War One, there were 2 people. There was Nashiko Yukamura and I believe Corporal Rice, and there were 2 people that were basically in love. And during the war, she used to steal supplies to bring back to her camp, and Rise obviously was in love with her, so he didn't do anything about it. But there was a plague that came out, or there was like an epidemic, and it caused a massive I guess a bit of a fight between the army and those people. And essentially what happens is Corporal Rice gets killed. He gets burnt alive, actually. So Sheikah has the ability to heal herself. And as the army officers were trying to hide up everything, they were taking her, Rice, and a couple of other people as well to basically get rid of the evidence. But what she ended up doing is healing herself and summoning a evil kitsune to take over her body and wreak havoc, basically just kill them all. But unfortunately, the evil kitsune ended up going inside Rise's body instead, and he started killing everyone, started going on a massive killing spree. So what she ended up doing is that she killed him by stabbing him with a katana. Once she kills him, his Nigutsune comes out of his mouth in a form of a fly, and she hides the fly at the bottom of a tree. And unfortunately, that tree was broken into and that Nigutsune was released, hence why the One was summoned to basically find who is possessed by the Nigutsune, and so they could stop everything being spread around and all the chaos being, everything going crazy. So the Oni are not bad people. They are basically a necessary force, a necessary evil to stop the bigger evil to get out there. Essentially, by looking at the trailer, the Nigutsune is back, of the Void, with the bandage around his face, probably brought back Allison and using her body to create havoc and a lot of pain to Derek, to everyone who is involved with Allison. They defeated Nogitsune once, and that was a massive feat to actually even get to that stage. So it'll be interesting on why they brought the same storyline back again for the film when this was about a 5 or 4 season ago sort of storyline. So there's got to be something more to it, unless this is Allison and this is the actual Allison that they bring back and they use her to basically fill in a new storyline, and so everyone can go home happy thinking, oh, Allison's alive, therefore they should live happily ever after. So it's an interesting concept. You see Derek Hale with his son Eli, which means that this film is going to be a massive jump towards the future. I believe when I read it online, it was about 2026, so it is a big jump from the last time we saw the entire crew in season 6. But I'm looking forward to it. I love Teen Wolf. I actually started watching Teen Wolf only about 2 years ago, and I've been to watch all 6 seasons all in one go because I actually was into it. It was a really fun teen drama, if that makes sense. And I wish they could have continued it, but the reason why they discontinued the series was because the ratings were very low, and as every season was coming along, the ratings were getting lower and lower, and they just pulled the plug completely. But now they got the backing to release the film on Paramount Plus. I'm not too sure if it's going to straight to theaters, but it will be on Paramount Plus. So hopefully they are thinking ahead of making this film and hoping that it becomes a success. So this is the second trailer. You don't see No Styles, played by Dylan O'Brien, and it kind of makes sense because he did say he was happy where he left the character. He didn't want to return to it, but you've got a lot of fan favorite characters returning back. Actually, I think majority of those characters are returning back. Dylan O'Brien is probably the only one out of the major characters who is not returning, but that's why I think it still do very well. I think Dylan O'Brien still is showing his full support for this film, and so when it comes down in January, I'm sure he'll be the first person to go straight ahead and watch it. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. If you like the trailer, if you like the reaction, please like, share, subscribe and comment, and hopefully I can see you in my next video.